What you're about to witness is strictly personal.
Hey guys, it's Looch, and I want to tell you about a documentary about Mike Wallace called Mike Wallace Is Here. You may remember him as being on 60 Minutes for 100 years.
I'm Mike Wallace.
I'm Mike Wallace.
I'm Mike
Wallace.
Incredible journalist. He had such an interesting life and story and start to his career. He started one of the first real talk shows, a one-on-one in black and white TV, where he asked sort of hard questions. What was considered hard at the time anyway, because everything else was just softball-y, you know. So the guests he had were incredible, like Salvador Dali, and just a huge array of people from politics, from entertainment, from everything. But he was also like a pitch man, and he would, pimp out like lard and cigarettes and coffee, and so he wasn't completely taken seriously as a journalist. So when he started working for CBS News, the 60 Minutes crew that was already in place with Walter Cronkite, and they were all a little like, who's this guy? But he got to be known, had a reputation for asking really pointed questions that previously no journalist had really asked anybody. So the range of people he talks to, from Barbra Streisand to the Shah of Iran, it's incredible.
People didn't ask tough questions back then. You invented that genre.
You're not answering the specific question that I put.
You ask tough questions that get behind the facade.
I've never seen an interview that you did not dominate.
It was my first.
I'll ask the question, please.
You're a son of a... Do you know that?
Oh, come on.
You are a
Barbara.
son of a...
He suffered from depression, and it's an interesting look into somebody who put a facade on, did his job, but was suffering inside terribly. And the way he describes his depression, we've all heard different people talk about having bouts of depression. There's something so unique about the way he describes his despair that anybody who's ever had or suffered with depression will really be able to understand it. And then on top of that, anyone who's a performer will understand that as well. He's got a son who's actually on Fox News, Chris Wallace. He lost a son very early in a tragedy, and he never quite got over that. He was married like 50 times, all that. But it's really mostly an interesting look at this art of journalism, which has clearly been under fire for the last 4 years, and to look at a true journalist who walked the walk and lived this life and went into the most uncomfortable situations and really was an honest guy. It's called Mike Wallace Is Here, and it's on Netflix. Right, Lefty?